When ER made its debut 5 years ago, little did anyone know it would become one of the most critically acclaimed and successful television shows in history. In honor of the 100th episode, which airs tonight on NBC, we sent our man in Hollywood, Jim Brown, over to the ER set for a checkup.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with a tech rehearsal in Trauma 2 first.
For the past 5 seasons, it seems as if the only surefire health care in America came from the doctors of ER.
Surgical 1, down to the end on the right.
The first patient was rushed through the doors of County General in 1994, and the words of a staff nurse in the pilot episode launched one of the most successful shows in TV history.
Dr. Green? Dr. Green. And he says, oh, and I go, patient for you, Dr. Green. That's it. The beginning of all of it.
Back then, names such as Edwards and Clooney.
By the way, what's this I hear about you and that tech up on Surgical 4?
I'm a married man.
So?
You need a large...
LaSalle and Wiley.
Do you know how to start an IV?
Actually, no.
And Margulies.
Hey, Carol, Dr. Green wants to know if we have any more LASIK. We were out an hour ago.
They were actors who felt lucky to be included in a well-written TV pilot from talents such as author Michael Crichton and producer John Wells. But even with that kind of pedigree, there are no guarantees in television.
I think if you had asked any of us when we were doing the pilot what our expectations on how long we'd run would be those.
I actually died in the pilot, so I didn't really have any investment. I just assumed I was going to die and move on whether it got picked up or not. So this has all been a really pleasant surprise.
You're fine.
As with any hospital, there have been some staff changes over the years. Sherry Stringfield left after the 3rd season.
You're married?
No, I'm a doctor.
And this year, Kelly Martin became the latest to pick up a stethoscope.
I haven't started an IV. I don't know how. I never have. Well, I was a bit nervous, but I used that in the scenes because Lucy Knight, my character, was just as nervous as I was.
Today, 100 episodes later, and here looking a little like the Brady Bunch, is County General's current medical team. After 5 years, George Clooney still isn't a real doctor, but he sure knows how to play one on TV.
It's easier in one sense because we're better at the medical stuff. We don't get thrown as much by doing the trauma scene.
Blunt head trauma from a collapsed chimney.
As our show has gone over the last 5 years, what we've done is accelerate the page count. You know, we shoot about 11 pages a day now, which is a lot for an hour drama.
Cut!
Okay, can I get your name?
And how accurate is television's ER? Well, real emergency room doctors make the best critics.
We're more imperturbable here in real life, and we don't really jump on the gurneys and go through quite the same facial expressions that they do on the show.
The constant action it tires me out. That's why I don't watch it. I feel like I'm at work.
Some of the presentations of illness are realistic, others are not. But I think in general it's well done. For a TV medical show, it's very well done.
Hey, are you guys talking about the filmmakers?
Yeah, we don't trust them.
Not the blood.
Do you think you should be saying that in front of their cameras?
One of the highlights of the first 100 shows was an episode titled Ambush. The premise, a documentary emergency room. With great fanfare, the show was broadcast live across America.
Look at me. I'm talking to you. Is this recording?
Yeah.
Good, because I want to know, are you a doctor? Do you have any experience at all with myocardial infarctions?
No.
How's he doing?
Sinus rhythm is 60, pulse
No,
ox 96.
look at me.
Eric LaSalle says the live show was a challenging endeavor, but...
I think it got blown out of proportion a bit. I think...
Why, are we responsible for that?
I think to a degree, you know, once you put it out there, it becomes this monster, and I think it got a little bigger than I think it should have been.
Action! Amazingly, the live show was near perfect, but the weekly film version depends on retakes and editing to save blown lines.
Rachel's barely out of diapers. Jen started med school. She didn't start med school because she's a lawyer.
That's what I was wondering. And crew members who don't move fast enough.
Female blunt head trauma from a collapsed chimney.
Action! ER, television's most popular series, and at a reported $13 million an episode, its most expensive. And celebrating its 100th episode. Or is it?
Technically, if you count the live show that we did twice, as you should, because we did two, one for the East Coast and one for the West Coast, then the celebration for the 100th episode is really anticlimactic because it's really our 101st episode.
The 100th episode of ER, or depending who you talk with, the 101st, airs tonight on NBC. For today, Jim Brown, NBC News, Hollywood.
It is 7:50. We're back in a moment. This is Today on NBC.